Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Mission Pro Wrestling's Unmatched. Tonight, I'm joined by our very special guest from the Nation's Corner, our day one sponsor, Mongrovian Mike. What's up, Mike?
What's happening, my brother?
Well, Trendo is otherwise occupied this evening, so you'll be filling the role of our best host from the West Coast. But I'm really excited that you're joining us tonight because just to pull the curtain back, we talk wrestling pretty much every night. And we could do hours and hours of this. So yeah, we're not going to do hours tonight. So just don't worry, folks. My goodness, the chat's lighting up already. Good evening to everybody. Matthew and Marks and Pepe, Brian's in the chat. R.A., John, Brent. Oh my goodness, and more people joining. It is crazy. There is so much going on in the world of wrestling every week. I feel like every time we do a show, whether it's a Mission Pro show or the Nation's Corner, like stuff happens right away, and we're already behind the times on talking about stuff. Mrs. Front Row's in the chat. Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just keeping an eye on this. That's what it is.
Well, someone has to, because we don't really self-regulate very much. We're not good at that.
Well, we're gonna try tonight, right?
We are gonna try. Okay, so we're just a few weeks away. We're just over 3 weeks away from Thriller. Card announced, all the matches are in place. Everybody's super excited. This last week, we saw a lot of the title match between Christina Marie and Tiffany Nieves has really heated up. We saw a couple of videos. First, we saw Christina Marie sitting at a table watching a video from Tiffany, and Tiffany attacked her from behind. And then the next thing we know, there's Tiffany sitting in an office, gets attacked by Christina Marie. Now this whole thing is ratcheted up. They've taken it to social media. And this week, this Tuesday on a mission, Veda and Emily had a chance to sit down with Christina Marie. And I've seen Christina Marie's matches, and she has sort of a quiet, like dangerous vibe about her. And I wanted to sort of get your thoughts on that interview and the match that we have coming up at Thriller on October 21st. Oh, real quick, go super chat. Mark says Elder loves Springsteen.
You're so juvenile. Where do you get this juvenile behavior from, Marks?
Look, Marks is a heel.
You made a good joke in our chat before, and I said you won the night. Now you just went back. You were climbing that ladder, and now you're just Otis. You stepped on the first rung and broke it. That's it.
It's a step backwards.
Yes,
but he did do a super chat, so that's gonna count, right?
Front row, we were just talking about how we're gonna try. You're not gonna curse or nothing, and the first super chat tries to make me blow my top. I'm telling Jackie.
I think that was the goal. Okay, so how are you feeling? How are you feeling about this title match, and what were your thoughts on the interview?
I'm getting excited about it. Of course, I know Tiffany, and there she is right there, the champ. I just knocked over. Happy Halloween! It's a Thriller. What are you thinking about? We got it. Everything's cool. The thing is, you ever watch these videos about, you see the animals in the world of hunting? Some are stealth, and some do things differently. Like the monitor lizard comes up. It's a very boring lizard. It's a slow. It's comes up, just bites it, gives it a little nip on the animal. A couple of days later, it catches up to the animal, all numb and paralyzed. That's what Christina Marie is. I'm not saying she's a lizard. I'm saying she's stealth, and she picks and chooses when she hits. And Tiffany is, she's a Latina. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. And you know what? She's going to come out and be right out in the open and right in your face. And it's going to make for an interesting battle between these two. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because it's definitely a clash of styles from a personality point. like you said, Tiffany is very outgoing. She's a very proud champion. She's very, she's just a big presence. And Christina Marie had sort of Jake the Snake vibes. She
There
speaks.
you go, like a lizard, a snake. You know, you got to watch out. You know,
She had that sort of like, you have to lean in and listen to what she's saying, because what she's saying is very important. And if folks haven't seen that interview, go back and check it out on our YouTube channel from this past Tuesday. It's really interesting. It's the first time I've really seen Christina Marie sit down and have that sort of in-depth conversation. And to me, Veda sharing her experience with Christina in the ring, and Veda saying, I've never been able to beat her. Like, she's a very tough competitor, and Tiffany has a real challenge on her hands. So I thought it was it was interesting. Brian says Tiffany is like a hyena. I don't know if I'd make that comparison, but yeah, Tiffany is ruthless. So, and it's another interesting thing is we've got two women, two strong competitors who will do anything to win. Like, they've both demonstrated in the past that they will go to all lengths to win. And Tiffany has this new championship. Like, she's looking for her first title defense in a Mission Pro ring. So the stakes are high.
so you would say we have someone who is loud and in your face and ready to fight, and then the other one would be more stealth and cerebral and
Yeah,
pick and
like
choose
us.
her spots.
It's like you and I.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm super excited for this. Mrs. Frontwire and I will be in San Antonio for this event, for the show, October 21st. Make sure you get your tickets at missionprowrestling.com. If you're not able to attend in person, make sure you catch it on Title Match Network. Bell time is 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's going to be really cool. And if you're interested in sponsorship opportunities, there are still sponsorships open. Send us an email at missionprowrestling@gmail.com. We'll get right back to you.
Yes. And are you guys encouraging kids to like dress up for Halloween for that show or anything?
I'm glad you mentioned it. So we are having a costume contest, and Veda Scott will be not only on the call for commentary, but also one of the judges for that contest. So wrestlers, fans, referees, everybody, bring your costumes.
I get an idea. Any kid that comes dressed as Jasmine gets to hold the belt for 10 seconds.
Okay. I think that's a shot at our former champion.
I got to keep it going, right?
Hey, man.
At least until she hits me.
You guys, you and Jasmine did have words at Silver Bells. I was there for that.
Yeah, she did have a point when she came right back at me and said, "What did you ever win?" I won. Yeah, I won front row tickets to Motley Crue once. That's about it. Yeah, it was the Motley without Tommy Lee too, so it was like,
Yeah, well, Jasmine is technically a former champion, so
yes.
I have no doubt at some point she'll be in the conversation for that title again. Of course, there's some other great matches that we're really excited about. Izzy Moreno is looking to get her first win in a Mission Pro ring against Maya World, who's currently undefeated. Both women looking to get a win for very personal reasons.
This is a story. This is a story within a match that people might not be aware of, but Izzy's looking for her first official win in MPW. Am I correct? And Maya is looking to keep her losing record streak going.
Yeah, her undefeated streak.
Yeah. She's on a winning streak and she's going. But these two are going to tell a good story in there because they both want it for very different reasons.
Yeah, I would agree. And of course, Black Swan answered JP Harlow's open casket challenge. They'll be having that match at Thriller, and I'm really looking forward to that. I know Black Swan became a fan favorite just on her first appearance at Mission Pro back at True Colors. So I know folks are excited to see her return to Mission Pro as well.
Yeah.
Brian says Maya's a tiger. Maya is for real. And
Yeah.
you know, we spoke to her last month on the show, and she is determined to not let Izzy get this win. So
yeah.
I'm
And
excited for
on
that
a
one.
side note, Izzy will be on the Nation's Corner this Saturday coming up. Very special guest. We're very excited to be having her, and we're honored to be one of the people that get to interview Izzy, who has been around and now is in the ring, and we're just so excited for her. And this is going to be fun, isn't it, Front Row?
Yeah, I'm excited because Izzy, it seems like every month Izzy's doing big things. She's growing as a performer. She's at a top student in her school. She's slated to finish high school early. I think she talked about this in the last interview that we did with her.
Yeah.
She'll more than likely go to college and probably finish that in like a week, if we know Izzy. And no, she's determined to get this win, and I'm sure she's training and preparing. So I'm looking forward to catching up with her on Saturday night at 7 p.m. on the Nation's Corner. It's going to be a really fun interview. Brian says
On a
Izzy's
side
a
note,
flamingo.
I'm happy for I'm just really happy for that kid.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what? And she's got. You might see the little smile and the BFF bracelets and all that. She's a tough little cookie, and don't underestimate her. She's Ronda Rousey doesn't let you have her finishing move for nothing. That's a fact.
Yeah, it is. That is one of the things that I like about Izzy. She is a fun person to be around. She's very engaging, very personable. But when that bell rings, and we saw it at Boiling Point, that smile went away, and the wrestling and the MMA and all that stuff kicks in, and she becomes like a killer. So I'm really excited for this match. So
yeah,
let's go. So if you want to sponsor Izzy or Maya or any of the other wrestlers on the show, give us an email at missionprowrestling@gmail.com. Okay, so I want to move on to a couple of big things that happened this week. And of course, probably the biggest news in wrestling, one of the biggest stories, was the signing of Jade Cargill to WWE. I've been a fan of Jade as she is such a star when she appears on screen, even though early on we knew that she didn't have a ton of experience in the ring. She just has this aura about her. She's ridiculously jacked. She's an incredible athlete. And I think we've said, Mike, you and I have talked about this many times. If she has the opportunity to get into the Performance Center and get training 6 days a week from some of the best coaches in the world, I think we got something special.
Yeah. She's got that it factor, and you say when you see it's the airport test. When you see her, you know what I mean. Like it's like if you turn around and you're seeing Charlotte or Mercedes or Becky Lynch walking through an airport. It's the same thing. Bianca, but it's that stature that they have, and she's got it, and it doesn't. She's just awesome, man, and she's getting better, and now the sky's the limit for her because Tony made a star. People can say what they want. He made a star out of Jade. Was she thrown in, right into the thick of things? Yes, because you got to do things at that time, and she stood out, and awesome for her that she's signed with WWE now, and she's going to get that training that she needs that will hone what they have on what they have with her, which is, like I said, the sky's the limit. It's, I mean, we speculate. I mean, how many matches are we going to see? That's a WrestleMania main event, whoever she's facing when she gets up there.
Yeah, and so something that I thought was fascinating was it's been a long time since I saw a signee come into WWE that wasn't like a major name, like an AJ Styles or somebody like that. They've put so much focus and attention on this signing that just the video that was posted on the WWE YouTube channel did like 13 million views, which was more than The Rock's appearance from 2 weeks ago. That did
You
like
mean the
10
one
and
where
a
she's
half.
walking in, she doesn't say anything, walks in,
Yeah.
takes her sunglasses down, looks, and just keeps walking in? Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, that's what you see. If you see that walking through Wegmans, or you see that her walking through the airport, you're saying that's somebody.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. Yeah, RA is talking about Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know that
Yes,
report was confirmed. I didn't see any confirmation on that. I think that was not necessarily true. But we'll see. Hopefully, there was some
and that's
rumor that Megan
Megan Thee Stallion.
Thee Stallion. There was a report that Megan Thee Stallion was going to be working on her entrance, Jade's entrance theme. I don't know if that's true or not. It's wild speculation, as my friend Sam would say. But yeah, it's crazy because they filmed just the walk-in, and then they showed just a few photos from her in the ring, beginning some training, some basic training drills. But the setting wasn't like a training setting; it was a photo shoot. They posted those specifically to let people know, okay, she's in here, but she's training. She's here day one. She's already training. And I love some of the superstars' comments. Like Becky Lynch said, we're glad she's here. She's an incredible athlete. She's got a lot of work to do before she, can can come and challenge any of us. And I was like, okay, that's someone who knows her worth and basically makes a statement. But that's the statement they should be making. Like, you're coming in, you've got work to do. Everybody knows it, and you're awesome. So I can't wait to see you when you're ready. We will be here waiting.
And on top of it, doesn't she look like Storm from X-Men?
Yeah, and she's cosplayed like that. And I know Mrs. Front Row and I talk about this. Like, I wasn't all that crazy about all of the cosplays. Like, cosplaying's fine once in a while, but
Yeah,
I think Jade's going to have her own look and personality in WWE. She'll have something unique.
she's not going to be at the Too Sweet cosplay booth in Chicago.
Maybe. Shout out to
With
Ezra
Ezra,
from the
that'd be
Nation's
cool.
Corner.
He would love that.
Yeah, strong feelings from my wife. Not one to ever be wishy-washy on a topic. But I'm excited for her. I'm excited that they have, another strong.
They have something that don't squander it. They have something that they can make out of it.
Yeah, and okay, so and they don't need her, right? Like, and by that I mean WWE is doing better than it's ever done financially, attendance records, all that other stuff. They don't need another big star, but they could certainly use her, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If she's built right, if she's given the time to grow and develop and spend the time doing the things that she needs to do, yeah, there's some dream matchups there down the road. So I'm excited for all that. Okay, I want to jump. Go ahead.
With all that scratch they have, to get a could possibly be is worth it. What she could possibly be is worth the price that they're paying, whatever they signed it for. I mean, you never know. I think it's a perfect fit.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see what happens. I want to jump over to a couple of shows this week that had some big moments that really impressed me. And this is sort of where we are in our wrestling fandom, right? Like, wrestling is at such a place right now where cool stuff happens all the time. Last week on SmackDown, we had a WWE Championship, Women's Championship match with Io Sky and Asuka. That's just a random Friday we get to have that match. And it was amazing. Like, those two are two of the best in the world fighting for the premier women's title in WWE. I mean, that's what you want to see on your flagship show. And it was
what's the cliche of a pay-per-view quality?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep. And I thought it was great. I was really happy that they got time to tell a story, and both women are just so physical. Like, they're so brutal. It was, and technical too. It was it's really cool to see that.
Yeah, I mean, we all know how we feel about Asuka. You know, we just love her, and you know, she's an Iron Maiden fan. I'm sure she likes Metallica too, and
I think so.
yeah, and she's just one of my favorites of all time. You know, we're seeing a little bit more of the Kana that we wanted to see, and but Io Sky is just God. I just love her. You know, since day one in NXT to now, all the stuff she's done is she's just great. You know, I question the you know what's the group's name?
Damage Control.
Damage Control. There you go. You know, we questioned it. What are they doing now? But now, you know, it's a little different. Now we see where they're heading. You know, sooner or later, Bailey's got to be turning on Io. You know, she's going to do, I guess, like maybe a Christian-esque kind of thing with like Luchasaurus, you know. And yeah, we'll probably see the belt go in a triple threat, maybe. Who knows?
I think one of the things I do like about Damage Control is, okay, Io Sky's been around a minute. Like, she's a veteran of the business, right? But as far as WWE goes, Bailey is the more seasoned veteran in the company. And she's done a really good job of sort of taking a half a step back and putting the spotlight on Dakota and Io. And I like that. I like not having the big star always be the big star. And I think they've done a pretty good job of that balance.
I think Dakota was the odd man out, and when she got injured, it kind of gave us a chance to kind of grow into Damage Control with Io and her, and then you know, so like Dakota kind of reinvented a little bit of her character, because that's what I wasn't connecting with the Dakota Kai character that was coming out in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I agree.
It was like, why are they together? Why are they tag champs? Like, it just was kind of weird, but it's grown on me, just like the name Gunther has grown on me.
Yeah. Okay, I have to stop you for a second. That's a great shirt. I know whose shirt that is, but why don't you let people know whose shirt you're wearing?
Mine? Yeah. I'm wearing it's the Master of Gnomes, my good friend and great new wrestler. She's just tearing it up here in the Northeast, Gabby Forza, and it's her play on the Master of Puppets album. It's Master of Gnomes, and it's a misprint too. So Pro Wrestling Tees messed up. So I have an original. I have my own original.
Is it a Chase variant?
It's my Chase variant. Yes, it's a Chase variant. But shout out to her, because I will look forward to. She's going to be at Venom Wrestling with at the Mecca, I believe it is. And John will know. He could give people information in there, because that's what he's connected with CCW. But yeah, I'm looking forward to her possibly one day making her debut in Mission Pro, because Gabby Forza is a force to be reckoned with. She's a national women's football league champion. They just won it, and they went undefeated their whole season. And it wasn't like blowouts. It was like many games where they came back in the fourth quarter and just pummeled people. And it got me into their style of football, and it's pretty cool. And also, I believe her fiance Bronson. Everybody knows it used to be Bear Country, but not no more. It's the Iron Savages, and they're together, and they're such a cute couple. And she is awesome. She's awesome. You could go on the Nation's Corner YouTube page and check out our interview with her there, and check her out. And that'd be really cool if you do that and find her. You know, she's Gabby Forza. You can find her on all the socials under that name. Yeah,
that was a great interview. I think it was very, very recently, like a month or two ago. Go check it out on the Nation's Corner YouTube. It's a really fun conversation. I wanted to talk about something that I was not a fan of, and I have nothing or no disrespect towards Nia Jax, and I'm glad that she's back in Wrecking House, because I think that that's a part of that storytelling that's important, to have someone, powerhouse come in and do that. I was not a fan of her getting a win or beating up Zoe Stark. I think they have done such an incredible job of building Zoe right from NXT to her time with Trish Stratus to her feud with Becky to everything that she's done since coming to Monday Night Raw has been to build her in the best possible way. And I felt like, why would you put her in this position against Nia? Like, it didn't make sense to me.
Because, like, maybe the only way I could think about it is that it's hard to think, but it's hard to think about why they would let her lose. I don't think it's being buried. I think it's more or less like, you know what? Hey, you know what? She's got cojones. She stood up to the big monster.
I hate the word buried, because to me, in wrestling, the way it's been explained by the veterans as being buried is you're not on TV, you're in catering, whatever, right? But Nia and Zoe did have a good match. Like, Zoe did get a lot of offense, and it's not like it was technically a squash match.
Yeah, it wasn't a 10-second match. Yeah,
no, not at all. But I mean, I feel like Zoe's too important an athlete and a character on Raw to go through that. So, and she'll be fine. She'll rebound. But I hated to see it. And maybe that's the fan in me just not wanting my favorite wrestler in that match to lose. So
yeah, yeah, and I have to say that they're busted open this week. Andre had me dying with what he put together. You can go back and listen to it with her, and Bully had us dying, and we won't go any further than that. And we know it was just funny. It was just very funny.
Yeah.
Squashed.
Something I think they've been getting really, really, really right is having Becky as our NXT Women's Champion. She is killing it on NXT. She's appearing on the main roster programs, teasing other feuds with people. And it's just seeing her in these different roles, but not there to steal the spotlight from anyone, but to elevate everyone that she's around. I just love the way they're doing it.
Everyone the rub. Everyone. Roxanne Perez, Tiffany Stratton, really. And let's just, you know what? People questioned her when they first saw her character. Let's just say that kid is doing real. She's very athletic. Her finisher move is freaking awesome. Anyone that doesn't like that finisher move is crazy. And, and she does it like perfect. It's like how like La Rosa Negra does that perfect frog splash every single time. It's the same thing. She does that moonsault like perfect every time so far I've seen her do it. Never, and just right on point. So, and safe. So that's good. And
we talked about it. We talked about it in our group. I've talked about it here on Unmatched, that I wasn't a Tiffany Stratton fan from the beginning, or at the beginning, I should say. And she's won me over, not only as a character, her appearance on Busted Open, and sort of realizing that was like the way that was done was brilliant. And her match with Becky told me that she's meant for greater things. And now Becky and Tiffany have an Extreme Rules match at No Mercy this weekend, and that's a whole other level.
That says something when right off the bat you're getting pretty much you're right in line, bam, for that NXT title, and then all of a sudden within weeks you're wrestling up to a Becky Lynch style. So that shows that they have great faith in her absorbing all of this stuff, and she's whatever tests they're giving her, she's passing them with flying colors. That's for sure. And we can't forget the rest of the women in that roster too, man. It's just
No.
NXT is just another next level stuff, man. They're really doing very, very well.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff they're doing with Thea Hale is really interesting, and watching
so
Andre
good.
Chase sort of watch from the outside, that's really cool.
Everything is coming in, and you know, I know it's not the women's, but the sit down dinner with the Don and his consigliere, and has the sit down dinner with all the other teams. How they're gonna have a 4-way, and they drink the toast, and the Creed brothers having the wine glasses filled with milk, toasting with milk, and it's just a great what a great show. And NXT does have a lot of the women's representation, and I might add that we you know, ad nauseum, we still say it though, a lot of Mission Pro Wrestling alumni go through those doors there at the Performance Center, and you know, we just mentioned a few of them. You got Tesha Price, who's I forgot what her name is on there.
Fallon Henley.
Fallon Henley. There you go. Sorry. They change the names all the time. Is Jade going to be Jade Cargill, or Jade? I wonder.
Well, that's an interesting question, because she was advertised as signing as Jade Cargill. My guess is, and I heard Sam Roberts talking about this on he did like a bonus pod this week talking about the Jade signing and keeping her name because it's a recognizable brand, but adding a nickname or a tagline to it to make it a WWE character probably makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, either that or just make it Jade.
Well, okay, but Mia Yim's character used to be Jade in Impact, so I don't know. We'll see. It's a maybe.
There's a lot of Jades.
There are a lot of Jades. Okay, so I want to, before we close out tonight, I want to talk about a match that really impressed me this week, and I think we talked about this at the time. Julia Hart has been on pretty much every AEW show for the last week and a half, and her match with Willow Nightingale, in my opinion, was Julia's best match, and they wrestled a good, I don't know, 10 minutes or whatever. It was a full segment match. It was a good long match, and it was almost like Julia got better in a week. I can't explain it. Like, maybe she was just in there with the right person from a chemistry standpoint. Willow was really laying her stuff in. Like, it was a very physical match. And at certain points, I saw Julia really firing up and bringing it to Willow. And I really like this match.
Yeah, well, I have to, you know, I've been critical about the, you know, about Julia Hart. I'm like, I was a little iffy, not critical. I was not fully on board. But now, when I saw her do that finishing moonsault and get the clean 1-2-3 pin, and she really did. It was very good. She's getting much better, and now she's in line. Now she's going to be going for the TBS championship. You know, I guess it was the right thing, hooking her up with Brody and Alistair, and you know.
Yeah, I think she has my favorite entrance in AEW right now. It's a badass entrance.
It is pretty cool. And that I think it was our friend Kim Belaskick that got some good pictures of her.
Yeah.
In that, with the hat lit around, and she stands on the second rope, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, shout out to Kim. Kim gets some unbelievable photos. She's an amazing photographer. If you are not following her already on Instagram or Twitter, it's at Kimber Laskick. She's
it's cool. Everybody. It's everything. AEW, MLW, WWE, New Japan. She's at, like the Brock Lesnar guy. She's everywhere. She's always there with her camera, and she takes great pictures. Yeah, just give her credit if you share it.
Yeah, whoever your favorite wrestler is, I'm sure she has an awesome picture of them.
Yep.
She's like
You might have
hundreds and
liked
hundreds.
her pictures,
Probably they're everywhere.
especially Becky Lynch.
Yeah. All right. So lots going on. We've got NXT No Mercy this weekend. Our good friend Sam Roberts will be on the pre-show. So shout out to Sam and his folks. That's going to be a cool show. I really,
Awesome.
really love the NXT PLEs because since the takeover, since the beginning, they're always special. They always over deliver. And they're worth the worth the
And
subscription.
where is it coming from? It's not going to be at the center, right?
I don't know where it is. I have to go look. I'm not sure where it is. But you're
Well,
right.
wherever it is, it's not at the center, so that's pretty cool. It's going to be at a bigger venue, and you're right. NXT, especially when they go venture outside of the performance center, they never fail to amaze me. They always put on a great show. It's always a tight. It's never it's always like you get like five quality matches, bangers and really put together well. And like you said, the women just kicking ass over there. I mean, it's Becky Lynch. And might we add, Becky, got the ratings, got it over 1 million. I know the ratings that don't matter until they do matter, then they don't matter because it's this guy got those ratings, and they matter now because that guy got the ratings and he didn't pay for that seat and this and that. But who gives a crap? It's all good.
By the way, it's in Bakersfield, California, at the Mechanics Bank Arena. So, yeah, that's gonna be awesome. But you're right. So for me, I don't pay attention to the actual numbers of ratings. I look for trends. If companies are doing better, then the trends go up. And yeah, just if you're paying
When I
attention to
own
that.
WWE, when I own AEW, then I'll worry about the ratings. When I own the TV station, then I'll worry about the ratings because you know what? Half of them put on whatever. Look at these local stations that put on the news. They pay all these news people. Nobody watches them on Channel 11 or whatever. They're watching Seinfeld reruns. So it doesn't matter. Who counts ratings? You watch what you want.
Let me just from my perspective as a fan of women's wrestling, what I thought was important about the rating was that you had a women's title match on NXT, Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton, start at like 900 and change. The match starts and the ratings go up and up and up, and the carryover into the overrun into the 10 o'clock hour for that women's title peaked at over 1 million. Like, to me, that's a statement. That tells me that the women's match drew the ratings for that show.
Yes.
That's the important part to me.
And kept them. It wasn't like, oh, this is dead.
No, it peaked. All right, my friend. I think we talked enough wrestling. It's late. I'm tired. No, I really appreciate you jumping on tonight, taking the place of our very own Trenda. Trenda will probably be back next week. Shout out to our good friend Trenda. Where can people find you on the socials? What do you have going on? Where are you going to be?
I'm right here. Mongrovian Mike. There you go. Very simple.
Awesome. And you're on the Nation's Corner at Nation's Corner across all the socials. Make sure to check out the YouTube show.
Well, you're on it too. You could plug the show. I mean, but once again, we got to talk about it. We can't wait to have Izzy on and talk about the Mission Pro Thriller coming up. Hashtag MPW Thriller. Hashtag Nation's Corner on location. Let's go.
That's just as a side note. There's so many people in the Nation's Corner group and in the Busted Open Nation that are attending independent wrestling shows across the country. Support independent wrestling. There's some amazing stuff going on out there. If you have something in your area, go see it. It's always so much fun. They're usually very affordable time, reasonable ticket prices for a great event. Sometimes they're family friendly, sometimes they're not. But yeah, it's if you're in an area where there's indie wrestling, go support it because there's a lot of cool stuff going on.
Definitely.
And I am front row across all the socials. Make sure you tune in next Tuesday for another exciting edition of On a Mission. I know that there's some guests lined up for next week, I think, for both On a Mission and for Unmatched. So stay tuned. We'll have our match Monday. We always publish new matches or upload new matches to our YouTube channel on Mondays. And stay tuned to the socials. You saw what happened this week with Christina Marie and Tiffany Nieves. I have a feeling you'll probably see more in the coming weeks leading up to Thriller. Again, get your tickets at missionprowrestling.com and email us for sponsorship at missionprowrestling@gmail.com. There she is, La Princesa. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Y'all have a great weekend. We're going to see you next week. Later.